Alright, cool. So, like I said, we are hanging out with the heavyweight today. We got my man's Riky in the building. Ricardo, what up?
The whole time, you know what it is. Nice to be out here with you boys.
Yeah, family.
You know what I mean? It's nice to be a rose amongst thorns. Thank you very much.
Alright, are you ready to get into this interview?
Letting me shine.
I
love it, dude.
I got shit to do, fam. I'm gonna.
What's the steez? What's the steez with the threads today? What's going on? They said you're going to Durban in July. You're testing your outfits for.
Hey, I'm Mr. Summers, fam. I'm making up for it.
I'm gonna show these niggas. I'm gonna show these niggas. Oh, they thought they were hot. I'm gonna show these niggas.
Exactly.
They don't know how we get that.
Hey, yo, man. Speaking of the Summers, actually, I think Kat's got a question for you.
What's this question?
I got a question for Riky though.
Yeah.
You know, in Sitlukoti.
Yeah.
Let's get to the interview.
No, Mara, we on it.
Okay.
I think we're in it already.
Yeah, we in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
So you say, if these niggas can buy these fucking awards, my nigga, I don't want them.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Keep it 100.
I don't think I'm talking about anyone. I think I'm talking about the awards, if anything.
Oh, is it?
I think if anything, you're talking about the awards.
Because there was speculation that you were talking about MT.
Nah, man. There's a lot of people who can maneuver,
who can buy awards,
who can maneuver awards. It's more the system. I think I was on Metro, which is the last which is the last time I heard myself on Metro. When I went to Metro after the thing, I explained to them that the system is messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Metro system is messed up. So, you know, it was
And
for pretty much anyone. A lot of people want awards. I think MT deserves any award he wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of other people who don't really. You know what I mean?
Deserve.
Who don't really deserve.
I
But
know
MT
that.
definitely deserves
So
his
now
awards.
there was after, you know, as Kat said, people thought you were speaking to MT. MT even thought you were speaking about him, which is why he then responded with the joint. So how's your situation with the homie now?
I never heard the joint, but we're cool. I spoke to him just the other day.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Okay, so whatever beef there was or miscommunication has all been sorted out.
Yeah, we're 100 all the time.
Yeah, we ask real questions over here. Yo.
Yeah, so now your interview might be done. I think I don't know what the hell you're gonna. What else? You should have saved that for the last segment.
Yeah, man, I want to take it back, man. For people who don't know Riky Rick, as long as maybe we've known you. When I first heard of you as a musician, you were making music with Les. You know, where were you before then? Like, how did you get into the music game?
I was pretty much like making beats. Like I learned how to make hip hop beats from like one of my homeboys. His name was Mbu.
Yeah.
So like he put me onto the drum machine. He taught me how to make beats, and then like he put me onto like Ken Zero and Osmic and basically like the underground hip hop movement.
Yeah.
And then like they pushed me to do a few mixtapes. Like Ken Zero put me on his first like tapes and all that stuff.
Shit.
And then I went from like rapping underground stuff to like somehow linking up with Les. And then when I linked up with Les, it was like people started knowing who Riky Rick was in some sort of way.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's just been making more music, and then now we're here today.
Okay.
Y'all dropped that barbershop joint, hey?
Yeah, barbershop.
Was that your first joint that you did with Les?
That was the first. It wasn't actually. We did like a whole mixtape, and then that was like after the mixtape we dropped barbershop. We did a mixtape called Last Summer.
How do you feel about it when you look at it today? Like,
I think it was like, if I listen to what I'm talking about, it was like I hated the song from the beginning.
From the beginning, and you just said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Like I hated the song, but like at the time it was like, you must understand, like nothing is acceptable until somebody does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I just wanted to make a song talking about kicks and being fresh. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And like, I hated it. People didn't like it or whatever, but it was just too advanced. You know what I mean? It was too advanced at the time because I was talking about Jordans and getting fades and all that stuff.
And funny enough,
and that time everyone was doing dreadlocks and wearing creatives. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to do a song talking about Jordans and being fresh.
Funny enough, I think if that song came out like now, a couple
It would
years
be
back,
the
it would
shit.
be alright.
It would be the shit.
I mean,
definitely believe so.
At that time, you have to understand it was all about content. It was like Pro Kid.
Yeah.
It was even people were already getting tired of like Josie. The whole swag era was like dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like Pro Kid. It was like AKA. It was like Chana, so it was all about like lyricism and pushing that. So no one wanted to hear about swag back then. You understand, on tracks. Yeah.
And I found this old school joint. Well, one of your joints was what? Gotti Gambino.
Yeah.
Best
Gotti.
friend.
Yes.
I love that joint, boy.
Fuck it, we gonna play the joint right now.
I found it. I was watching Channel O.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what joint is this? Hey, the beat was going
that was a
in.
soulful joint,
He was nice on the hook. I was like,
Yes,
damn.
yes.
Hey, Ricky even got some pipes. Hey,
No homo.
Pause.
Wow.
Yeah, I've actually never heard the joint. I heard the mixtape was crazy, but I never actually got a chance to listen to it.
I
If you
think
still
like
got it,
5.
If you still got it, please hook me up.
Tell you the truth, I think like, you know, like now when you drop something, it needs to go like hit 100,000 downloads. 24 hours. That time I think we were doing like 500 downloads, and we were like, oh man, we did it. Yeah, they know.
They know
the
the
we're hot.
streets know, nigga.
Yeah, the streets know we're hot. So it was like a different time, man. It was a different time.
Yo, but I do want to hear this joint that Monty's telling me about. Make sure you get in touch with us. You can call us on 0861 555 189. You can tweet us at CliffCentral.com. You can Facebook us. You can WeChat us, Cliff Central. Okay, cool. So after last summer happened, you took a bit of a break from the music, and then when you came back, you put out Amantombazana, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where the Ricky that we know today was kind of born.
Yeah.
Did you expect that song to be as big as it was?
Well, what I was trying to do is like, cause I was like overseas, ne?
Yeah.
And then like, cause like I was just taking a sabbatical, like I was taking a sober break, you know?
Yeah.
Cause I was turning up like before, so I couldn't make any music.
Yeah.
So when I like took like a sober break overseas, and when I came back, like I wanted to make like, I wanted to sort of like bring back Kwaito in a way, like the original Kwaito, you know? And like, so I was like, I was in LA just producing like Kwaito beats, like. So like when I came back, I was like, Amantombazana is like the new sound direction I want to take, you know, because like at that time everyone was sort of like, you know, is Kwaito in, is Kwaito out, what's happening?
In limbo.
Yeah.
In limbo. So I was like, yo, I really want to like bring back like a Kwaito sound, and Amantombazana was like on purpose to bring back a Kwaito sound. Like, I wanted to actually do Kwaito music. I didn't want to continue rapping. I wanted to do like Kwaito vibes, you know what I mean? Because that's what I always grew up to.
And apparently you actually tried to sell that beat to a couple of niggas, and niggas were like,
Niggas
nah.
played me, eh? I gave it to Mugs.
Yeah.
I played in the studio. Les, aka and them were in the studio. The whole Cash Time thing, like I was like telling him like, yo, Kwaito, like, yo, this is the thing. The Kwaito is the one, but luckily everyone was like, no, it's not the one. And then I recorded it anyway with Smiso. Yeah. And I got them on the remix. The ones who said no, I put them on the remix. I was like,
I was about to say, like, but
no, then I put everyone else on the remix, you know. But like, you see, with beats, like I'm a producer first, ne?
Yeah.
But it's always hard to like sell visions to people. So like every track I've ever rapped over, I've always tried to give it away to somebody. Like all of my music has never actually been for me. Like my whole album wasn't actually for me. It was for other people. But like I just ended up in a position where I could put music out, and like this character was created, you know what I mean? By the people. So I just continue with the flow. But every single beat I've ever made, every single song you ever hear, I've always pitched it to somebody else at some point.
That's crazy.
Speaking of Smee, like how did your guys' relationship start with the whole Boys and Bucks movement and everyone?
Yeah, we were like Smee was working at the Nike store in Melville that time, and I was like in first year or whatever, second year, and like it was like a thing of like just like people pumping off a swag. Like I sold Scoop a pair of Jordans, and then like he introduced me to like everyone at the Nike store, and then like we just linked. It was really like over Jordans, like because we just used to put each other on to like the dope kicks and whatever, and then we just became friends from there. Like I met Scoop wearing the I'ma Keep shoes. Do you remember the I'ma Keep shoes? They look like the shine, the All-Star one. And I said, Scoop, hey Scoop, those shoes, man, they're not the one.
Not the one.
But I got you. You must never tell somebody something without a solution. I said, yo, those shoes, they're not the one. But yo, I got you.
I'm gonna put you on some shit.
I'm gonna put you onto something, and then that's how I sold him the pair of Jordans, and then after that it was always just chemistry.
Yeah. And what's the situation with Boys and Bucks now, man? Like, there's a lot of hearsay, there's a lot of rumors, you know, from someone who's involved with Boys and Bucks. Yeah. What's the situation now with the cats?
Well, I think everyone's cool. Like everyone's in a space where they're happy. At least, like I don't like for me, dog, like me, I'm old, dog. You check what I'm saying? I got kids, and everybody's actually got kids. Like, so it's like there's no time for us to like fuck around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like there's no time for anybody to like dwell over like beefs or like feeling left out or anything. So everyone's just like, we gotta just keep it moving, you know.
Yeah.
And like everyone's just keeping it moving and taking care of theirs. And like it's always family. Like it's always family. Will always be family. But sometimes family is not meant to like create a company together or work together directly. You know what I mean? Family is meant to stay family. So that's where we are right now. It's like a family. You know what I mean?
All right. So
you know, like you like a dude that's getting into fashion right now. Tell us about that, like your fashion line and
yeah, I'm the best. Like like I realized like my mind, like I just have like things in my mind, like because like South Africa's frustrating and like we don't have like actually stuff to buy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So like we end up like all rocking the same shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like we don't get support to create like our own shit. Like, you know, it's either you have the money to create something or you don't, you know? So like a lot of young kids are trying to design and like make stuff happen and it's like impossible, you know? So like for me it's like I've always had a fashion for threads. Like I've always had a passion for threads and like everything, all my relationships have always come from threads and like the way you rock clothes and like people like you just because of that, you know? So I realized that I actually need to like, you know, create some stuff of my own, and I've been doing that slowly and like trying to like, you know, build like a dope brand that could just offer alternatives to kids so they don't have to like rock Red Bat or whatever it is, or rock like, you know, some Mr. Price thing that's, you know, that they don't really want to, you know? Create like affordable clothes where the kids can rock. That's what I'm trying to do.
how as a creative in the that's getting into the fashion industry, a few months ago there was a big hullabaloo on Twitter about excuse me, about like how your t-shirt is like this costs this much and as a creative, how do you feel, like how do you deal with the criticism of that nature?
The reality of it is like, yo, most people who complain are either people who can't get something or wouldn't get it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like they're just like trying to add fire, you know? Like when that whole thing was going on, like all the shirts was sold out, which was like so crazy. Like all the shirts were already gone.
Oh, God.
Like you couldn't get one. I think you could get a few on a few websites, but like I gave like every website just like 2, and that was the situation. But like, you know, like when you're creating something, you really can't care about what people are gonna say. Like people are always gonna tell you whack, or they're gonna tell you like, yo, they don't like your joint, or they're always gonna say something. But you must always think like, what are they doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't take like everybody's information to be the truth, because it's not. You know, people's opinions is not really the gospel.
And that's true, but I do have a question for you though.
Yeah.
On the Les joint, there's something you guys say, and no one knows what you guys are saying. So I don't know what are you guys saying.
Which joint?
A lot of joints people don't know what the hell I'm saying. Which one? The boys in toys.
I know Buzz Zonky and the North God. There's a part where you guys are like, num num num. Like, what are you guys saying?
Yeah, so it's wanya wanyo, wanya wanyo. Yeah, that section. Yeah, wanya wanyo. You know what I'm saying?
What's
What
one?
is that?
It's like a chant, but it's an anthem. You check what I'm saying? When it's going down. You know
Oh, like you
So
know
it's
how
the
Samoans and all that
yeah,
stuff.
it's like
I don't know.
wanyo. It's like whoa lo lo lo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm sure you niggas were
One year,
high when you came up with that shit.
No, like
You niggas were high when you.
Well, you know what it's like? It's like when Booger Love in the middle of a joint, you just go para para ta ta ra
Okay. Yeah.
If you walk into any building and you see the receptionist or ever just sitting down saying para ti di di tori, you know she's having a good day.
I hear you.
You know it's a good time.
Okay.
You know the certain sounds.
Okay.
You know, if you see someone say, "Hey, tu 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 tu," hey, you already know it's a good time. You don't know what the
What
hell.
is it about black people that? What is it about black people? Like we always do that. Like
We just love sounds,
Like
man.
even on a Friday, you'll hear somebody go. "Stunk, ka-tunk, 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 ka-tunk."
And you know it's going down off the.
And then like out of nowhere, somebody who wasn't even like that doesn't even know what was going on. Somebody will come in and say, "Get down."
Yeah, but that's the formula. I mean, but that's like a formula. Like that's also like a formula. Like just for good time. Even like with Boss Zonka, I think we started off just going zigga 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 zigga. That doesn't mean anything. But the sound makes you like feel like, okay, I can release myself. I can do it. If I repeat the sound that I'm hearing,
I'm about to wild out.
I can have a fun time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think like African music like is a lot about sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the words actually doesn't have to make sense. All about like sounds. You know what I mean? Yeah, and most of the stuff I do doesn't really make sense. It's all about the sound.
That's a great explanation.
It's the whole design.
Yeah, it's just the design of it. It's the cloth, bro.
So you were with Motif for a while, right? So
What
For a
happened to
little
Ricky?
bit. No, for a little bit.
for a little bit. First question: why did you leave? Secondly, what happened to Ricky at Back to the City?
I don't know.
It's the same thing that happened to 50
know.
apparently.
And what happened to 50?
Yeah, what happened to
50?
50?
What
Hey,
happened
man.
to Ricky at Back to the
And
City? and what
I
happened to
try
50?
not to explain any of these things. People are just gonna have to keep listening to the song. Just stream that song and just try to figure out. Just keep streaming and listening. But no, man, I don't know what happened to like Motif. Like we were cool. I just wanted to do my own thing and just establish myself and establish my own brand and like market myself.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like anybody could market me at the stage I was at. Like I have to try stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I just decided to go fully independent. But in terms of what happened to Ricky, it's pretty much the same thing that had happened to 50. You understand what I'm saying? So
What happened to 50?
hey man, a lot of things happened to 50, but I'm not talking about 2016, 2015 bankrupt 50. I'm talking about 2002 50. You know,
Yeah.
I'm talking about
In the club 50.
Yes, I'm talking about in the club 50. I'm not talking about 2015 problems 50. I don't want the problems one. Just make one thing clear. We're not talking about F and vodka 50. Yeah?
I
We're
feel
talking
like
about G unit spinning piece. We're not talking about Frigo 50. No. We're talking about Reebok 50. That's the one we're talking about.
Get rich or die trying,
Damn,
50.
B.
Yeah.
50 done.
All
Come a
right,
long
cool.
way, B.
So now, I mean, you've had quite a journey, man, over the years. And there was a point where you were fighting drug addiction, man.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, do you feel like that stopped you from being, like the great artist that you are now?
Well, you'll never. I mean, you're always fighting. Like the fight never stops. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a continuous thing. So it's like a continuous mind state. Like I was turning up. Like I was going in. That's why I'm asking. Like Prince. Like where did Prince get those upper ones? You know? that was way like what happened to the normal days. You know what I mean? So back in my day, it was simple. You know, it was just like So basically, man, I think there comes a certain time in your life where you're like, okay, we can turn up, and there's some people who stop, and there's some people who don't stop.
Yeah.
I was the person who didn't stop.
I just want to know.
That
like,
was me. So I had to like you have to stop everything. Like no alcohol, nothing. I have to stay clear all the time.
obviously, there was a time where you were pretty much like, like this shit needs to stop.
Yeah.
What happened? What made you stop?
Like what was the moment?
What happened within that moment?
I think it's more of like a build up. It's not really like it's like you keep trying, you know what I'm saying? Like when you keep trying to stop, like, oh man, I'm never drinking again. Or I never, I'm not hitting that again. Right? If you do it again in the next couple of days or a week, the motion doubles up. So every time you do it again, it doubles up.
Yeah.
So you become like more and more of a wreck. The more, you keep you keep basically relapsing or whatever. So I just relapsed like so many times, and it was like, so I was just like a wreck. Like you don't look good. You're not taking care of yourself anymore. You know what I mean? Like the mission has just completely been derailed. From that, at that moment, it was like, yo, this can't happen again. And then I got sober for like 3 months, and then I met the love of my life, Bianca, and then fortunately, she fell pregnant. And I think like if she had not fallen pregnant, and if we had and not been together at that time, I could have possibly relapsed again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that whole situation stopped me from relapsing again long enough for me to gain the confidence to be able to live my life without having to relapse or without having to use anything. So it kept me focused for such a long period of time that I don't even think about alcohol or drugs or nothing anymore.
So being in the entertainment industry, is it, especially being a rapper, is there not a lot of pressure? Because I'm sure a lot of it is around you, alcohol, drugs, or whatever.
Dog, he's sponsored by Russian Babe, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still selling the stuff. You know what I mean? I'm still selling the stuff.
The FN vodka, Russian Babe. What happened to Ricky? What happened to 50? These things come together.
Nah, but like, I just wish I can't tell you I didn't have fun.
Yeah.
I had a lot of
You
fun.
had fun,
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, I had a lot of fun, and I can't tell anybody like drugs aren't fun. They are fun. You understand what I'm saying? But there's certain people who can stop and certain people who can't stop. That's the biggest issue. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's like when I see it in the industry, I just wish some of these guys would do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people have grown up about it because in my days it was cowboys. Like we were just cowboys on the streets.
Yeah.
So
Gunslinging.
we were gunslinging cowboys, you know. But
Yeah.
now it looks like a lot of people. I won't say, you know, I don't want to glorify drugs, but
Yeah.
a lot of people seem to be doing it right. We've got less cowboys than when I was coming into the industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I can be around it and not be affected because people aren't reckless. You know, people get reckless when they influence kids to live a certain lifestyle, and luckily we're not. South Africa is not at that stage yet where people are influencing kids to sip scissor or to get high on
Pop
Marlies
Marlies
or whatever. We're not there yet. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but you know. I'm just happy that people are responsible about not influencing the kids. You know. What I
As
mean?
a man that's recovered, what is your message to somebody who's trying to, overcome that addiction?
I don't think I'm never recovered. You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
constant
Because
battle.
it's like the day I
Okay.
decide. You see, the day I decide to take my T-shirt off with Capital when Capital's going in,
Shut up,
and I
Cap.
grab that champagne. The day I decide to do that, we're on and popping. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like an allergy for me. I don't think I'm recovered, but for me, it's like I say, there's certain people who can stop and certain people who can't. If you're one of the people that can't, you know what I mean, you just need to have the strength to admit it. If you can't admit it, then it's a problem.
That's true, actually.
Yo, man, we getting quite deep right here,
Of
man.
course.
Yo,
Yeah,
man,
like-
let's take a bit of a
I was
music
like, yo,
break,
this
man.
AO
Let's take a-
technology needs to stop right quick. You know what I'm saying?
I thought he was gonna. I thought he was. I thought he was gonna switch it up
Nah, that would have been too visual, man. That would have been too visual.
and bring us down a bit, and play some
Like,
6
bring in some
6
keys.
Yes. Yeah, play 6 a.m. in social movement.
Fuck you niggas,
I thought you were gonna bring it in. Eh?
Yo, man, there's still 20 minutes left of the Capital wrap up. We also hang out with Riky Rick. It's just interesting, man, about how I feel like artists. I have a grievance with South African hip hop artists in particular. I feel like the goal is just to go platinum, and then once niggas have gone platinum, they forget about the other singles that we still fuck with off the album.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm saying, though.
and you were just saying that, yo, ish, I should have shot a video for this joint.
Yeah.
And like, yo, why don't you shoot the videos for some of the other joints on the album?
Are we moving on or what?
Well, first off, like an album for me,
Yeah.
the way I see it, which might work to my detriment.
Okay.
And it might have worked to my detriment on this run, especially when it comes to getting the album the recognition it deserves.
Yeah.
I've always seen an album as a 3-month project,
Whoa.
4-month project. I don't see an album as something you need to push for
A year and a
Ever,
half.
for a year or longer than that. I see it as like literally as like something you drop.
Yeah.
People take it, you see what the results is, and done. You feel what I'm saying? And I've always approached like the music that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I would have dropped more music videos, but like my music videos cost like 200k plus each. You know what I mean?
GoPro.
So like
yo.
I can't afford to shoot music videos, and I don't use product placement in my music videos either, because I'm not really fucking with the brands like that. Like
Yeah.
brands need to, I feel like brands need to give me $1 million before I fuck with them.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put a brand in my video that's just paying for the video. They're
Paying
not
for the
really
video.
investing in like our
In
lives.
you, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I've always seen it as like my plan was like drop Zonke. Album comes out, album sales get pushed by Zonke, drop one more songs just to show dynamic range, and then it's done. You feel what I'm saying?
Shit.
So like everything I dropped before the album was leading up to the album.
Yeah.
Then the album needs to run, do its thing, and then you pull back, and then you don't invest any more into the album. That's how I see it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Speaking.
So it's like so I would have loved to drop other songs, but it's like there's no time and there's no money to like keep trying to like bash people with the same product
Yeah.
when the album sales have done its job. You know what I'm saying? Like same reason you probably won't see a music video from Drake's album. Once it's done its job, it's done its job. You know?
How far are you from going platinum?
Oh no, we're like on 55. I think we're on 55,000.
Oh,
55,000 units. So we're already
Yeah.
platinum. We're already platinum. But like I'm not even excited about it like how it was with the gold, because with the gold we had to work so hard to get it, like the gigs and tours. We had to like really push and like try our best to get the sales.
Yeah.
We went platinum basically from like Vodacom and MTN. So what happened was MTN and Vodacom combined, we did like 1.5 million single sales. So if you don't know, a lot of people don't know this. Single sales get converted into album sales. Same reason how you get Devin Knight selling 4 million singles and the album is announced 4 times platinum. You know what I mean? So those sales get converted and it gives you album sales. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like the natural progression of like what the singles did. Like I think Bosonka did like 700,000 and Sondela surprisingly did like nearly the same. So it was really amazing. Really amazing.
Congrats on that.
Crazy, man.
Congrats.
So,
Thank you.
like, as you know, you're talking about how, like, you know, you were pushing for the gold and whatnot. When other artists, like, what's that dude's name? The Tulsa dude?
I funny.
Yeah, I find it.
Yeah.
Like, when he did what he did, how do you, as an artist, feel about that kind of notion?
Well, like I say, man, I can't judge Ifani, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got mad respect for Ifani, but he did whatever he did for his own reasons. You check what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would never do what he wanted to do. But in the same way, someone from the record labels who are getting their music into the music stores and are able to push their music traditionally and have the money to push their music traditionally might look at the way that I did it and look at my way and say they would never do that either. You know, it's a different system.
Yeah.
So everyone's got like different systems that they operate by. You know what I'm saying? But like the first day gold, I felt like if he had done it like organically and really tried to get the music to the people, he probably would have gotten more respect for it. But at the end of the day, like I always say, it's not about, you know, what we think. You know, as long as he achieved his goal, then it's, you know, it's all good. You know what I mean? But like, tell you the truth, man, it's all a game of numbers. Like, it doesn't really matter, bro. Like, to tell you the truth, like, it doesn't matter whether you go gold or platinum or whatever. It's all about like your impact on the culture and, you know, and what you're trying to do for the culture. It's not really about the accolades. Those are nice, you know, it's nice to have on your wall.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have my plaque hanged up, you know, but like, you know, it's not about any of the awards or none of that. It's all about like your impact. You know?
Speaking of impact and shifting the culture, I've seen. Well, I'm assuming from the outside, it looks like you draw a lot of inspiration from Kanye in terms of how seriously you take your visuals, in terms of the fashion. I mean, the song that you most recently dropped, you dropped on your own platform, just like he does. How much does he, you know, inspire you, and how important do you think it is to do things that always shift the culture and take it a step further?
I feel like I wish I had the platform or like the money to say half the things I wanted to say, like you know, because Kanye, you know, that's one thing he'll teach you, is that say what you want to say and do what you want to do. Sometimes it works against you, sometimes it will work for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I get inspired really by like trying to work out the system, you know, because the system is like something that is so beyond us. You don't understand how things really work. It's so beyond you. It's so like, it's right at the top, you know what I mean? And if you have people at the bottom like us, I'm always at the bottom, I'm an underdog. You check what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing this by myself and with my wife Bianca. You check what I'm saying? So we don't know half of the stuff. So the more we can get our emotions going to create, the better we'll be, you know what I mean? So like, the only thing is that like the Kanye really teaches me, like, I don't really follow him in terms of style and all that stuff anymore. I used to, like, I don't think he's like crazy influential in terms of style anymore, but like I really respect the way that he like says what he needs to say when he needs to say it.
Okay.
Speaking of shifting the culture, I mean, you guys influence a lot of the way people dress and talk or whatever, especially with slang, right? So I got a tweet here. This was from one of the followers here. He says that he wants me to ask you what a black dandy is.
Oh, he's still black. He's still asking about a black dandy. That was like 2010 talk, eh?
Yeah.
A black what?
A black dandy. Damn. So a black dandy is like, oh man, that's like the lowest form of like, you know, like Crocodile Dundee. Remember Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah.
Remember it was like that dirty, you know, the dirty swag. You know what I mean? With the, so imagine like Crocodile Dundee, the way he looks, right?
Yeah.
Imagine he was black. It's like, yo, you don't know, that's what you look like. You look like a black.
Okay,
you know?
so that's what a black dandy was. So we don't use that anymore.
No, we don't use that.
Yo, I might though. Now that I know what it means, I think
You
I
want to
might.
bring it back?
nigga out here looking like a black guy.
So we got another one here.
Which one is it?
Someone is asking about your outfit at the Summers.
Yeah.
This lady wants you to
Oh,
explain.
Explain which one.
I saw a picture of that shit.
There was one where
They
people.
went crazy with the memes for that one. They went crazy with the snaps.
Yeah, that one.
So what do they want me to explain?
He just says,
Explain
please
both.
ask
outfits.
you about your summer outfit.
The red carpet.
Which
I'm
one?
more interested
The red-
with the
the red
front, but
carpet.
let's speak about
The
the red carpet first.
Yeah, the red carpet.
You're not talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Canadian red fox. You're
Oh,
not
no,
talking
that
about
was-
the Canadian red
No,
fox.
that was no, that was nice.
Wait,
that was
okay.
clean. That was clean.
Okay, hold up. Oh, you're talking about before? Are you talking about the Gucci Bloom shirt? The silk? Are you talking about the silk Gucci Bloom?
I assume that's
Hold
what
up,
she's
hold up.
asking
Is
about.
that what she? Okay. Or maybe no. Hold up.
Oh, this
Maybe
nigga
she was
just
talking
flexed
about-
so hard and he's gonna act like it's nothing.
Maybe she was talking about the Gucci Princetown leather slippers. Was she talking about that? With the kangaroo fur inside. Maybe she was talking about the kangaroo fur slippers from Gucci.
I think we
only
got our
two-
explanation.
Only 2 pairs in South Africa. Maybe she was talking about that.
Watch out.
This nigga just went Gucci.
Hold up. What is she talking about though? Wait, hold up. Was she talking about the rings? Was she talking about the rings? 'Cause the rings is like. If she
I
was
think
talking
we
about the
got
rings-
it. I think we got it.
Nah. Go
Let's figure it
in,
out. I don't know what
Ricky.
she's talking. I don't
Go
know.
in, Ricky.
No,
Okay,
but
cool.
she
So
can talk
please
about my
tweet us.
knees. No, but
Please
she can
tweet
talk about
us.
my knees. My knees is fucked up, guys. One thing you guys need to realize, I've got skinny fucking
No,
legs.
like you
And
know.
there's nothing I can do about it. I've got skinny fucking legs, okay?
Can I just say something?
So don't worry about my legs, B.
So
Don't worry about my
today,
knees, man.
so today I saw this other Instagram where like somebody was asking Tembisi that like they showed this picture. Right?
Oh yeah.
They showed this picture.
The knees to
So he's like, yo, is this what you meant when you said you've got the seized with the disease with ease? Like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I saw
Like,
that picture. That was
where do
funny.
people get all this
Let me-
time to think of
Let me tell you
this?
something. Yo, I'm always gonna rock the freshest styles, and you guys like people are gonna catch up like maybe 10 years down. You understand
It's
what I'm saying?
true.
Tell
But
them.
It's
what I
true.
will always admit, my knees are fucked up. My legs are fucked up. I've been trying to avoid shorts because I saw the response on Instagram and Facebook. If I post anything with my legs showing, it's always going to be a problem.
No problem.
So that's the only thing that actually we can talk about. I don't want to talk about the Canadian red fox. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I just want to ask you some shit on some real nigga shit, right?
Yeah.
So now you're Casper's best friend, right? And so obviously you've got the whole situation with AKA
It's
happening.
just me and my
And
car.
every time AKA speaks to you, or he lets us know that he speaks to you, I feel like he's
Even
snitching on
Ricky
you.
called me the other day.
Yeah, you know, to spite Casper.
That's
Like,
real
do you
talk.
feel
That's
like
real
he's
talk.
snitching on you, or like
I don't know, hey man, you know better.
That's real talk, Cap.
Hey bro, hey, I don't know, bro. All I know is that like, hey, I don't know, but you know, those guys have their own thing that they're working to. I mean, me and Keenan have never had a problem. We've always spoken and we've always done A, B, and C.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like, but I'm just in a place where I'm not in the middle of games. I'm not trying to be in the middle of any games. You know what I mean? Like I want it's like Joburg, especially Joburg, to unite.
Yeah.
Especially hip hop wise, like so much is going on. I'm really at a place where I want this thing to work out. So whether it's like a snitch factor or whatever, I don't know. I can't speak
I
on that.
remember after Composure, he dropped that track, Spread Love.
And I literally spoke to him
Like, you went
before
Minister
Composure-
Farrakhan on that shit. Like, yo, niggas.
Aye, they didn't get it, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, they weren't trying. Nobody was trying to hear it.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, nigga, I thought you were going in, nigga. And they
I was
wasn't
like,
trying to hear it, eh?
Ricky's responding, but yo.
And the
Gonna
trap,
be another
hey, the
one.
trap beat was going in. Like, yeah, coming. The beat dies down.
James.
Scoop's telling you about the caves, eh? Gotta find it.
All right,
Find it in
cool.
the caves.
We are running out of time, so we do have to wrap up a bit. So you're putting out the Silikotin video. You said you might push it because of all the videos that are coming.
Oh, man.
But one thing I want to ask, man, you went to Paris, and I thought you were shooting that video in Paris.
Yeah, I
and then-
mean, yeah.
Because you went
that-
with Adrian, who
yeah, we're gonna
shoots a lot of your
use
shit.
yeah, we're gonna use that for a documentary most probably.
Okay.
So we're like still continuously shooting a documentary. So we'll probably use that for the documentary.
Okay, cool, Shab. So from the video, what can we expect from the video? And also tell us about what's happening at Zone 6 on Friday.
Yeah, Zone 6 on Friday. We're doing a free party for the fans. It's going down. All you have to do is register by emailing bosszonka@gmail.com. It's just a turn up, man. I got everybody there. Cap, you're going to be out there. You know, a lot of people are just coming out. All my friends just coming out to support. It's going to be like a major turn up.
Free
And
party. party.
Yeah, free party. Like Mahalas, we're coming in. Soweto to shut down.
Okay,
That's crazy.
Okay, does that include the alcohol or what?
No.
Hey, I know Russian Bear is gonna be out there, so that's why I'm asking.
I don't want to recognize that question.
Thank you.
Honorable member,
Before I let
I
you
just,
go,
I just got my SMS, by the way, with the web tickets. I just got this.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
nigga,
thank
I need like a verse, a freestyle, or something before I let you go, real quick,
Oh man,
real quick.
oh man, just like that.
Just like that.
Oh man, what I got. Okay, maybe I must do it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's Ricky Rick, yo, we're chilling on the show. Every time we're coming through, you know we counting that dough. Let them know. If they say so, tell them hold up. We just did a show and we sold out. So everybody come through, bring the booze. And everybody come through on the ones and twos. It's DJ Cap, he's scratching, kicks is matching. Everybody come through, the whips is hatchbacking. Ooh, just got the Golf 6. I need to get a couple, throw them in the mix. We still going, still flowing. And everybody tell them if you still on the boat, we still rowing. Cover the whips, we still towing. Whoosh. Cover the chains, they still going. Whoosh. Cover the honeys, they still knowing. Whoosh. Cover the wind, we still blowing. Whoosh. Cover the chest, it's still showing. Whoosh. Yo. It's Ricky Rickles, boss zonke, boss nonke. Hey, I came through and we doing this all day. People said I couldn't rap, quit that. And if they say they got nice honeys, I hit that. My girls in the building, dismiss that. I love you, baby, then I kiss that. Okay, check it out. It's still off the top of my head, yeah. See, ain't nobody can hold me. It's Ricky Rick. I blew up ever since I bought the rollie. I'm checking the time. Everybody see me shining. They checking the grind. Everybody said I couldn't rap. I'm rapping off the mind. Oosh, these niggas is way behind. Woo. I keep going. I keep showing. You said they done with me.
We gotta get it, man.
Yo, check it. Yo, we still going. Hey, where's the beat?
Let him go a cappella.
Nigga, hey, check it. Yo,
my G, I gotta let you go.
check this out. Hey, yo, this how we do it. Yo. The whole time, off the top of the dome, shit.
That was Ricky Rick, man. Thank you so much for coming through and hanging out with us. We'll be back on the Capital Wrap Up next week, 3 p.m.
Peace
Let's
out.
The revolution. I've got something important to tell you.
CliffCentral.com.
You did nice.
But at least I maybe still have a little bit off the dome.
I know you got it.
Still tired.
Haven't ripped off the dome.
Thank you so much, man.